Hello and welcome to another episode of Affirmative Murder, the equal opportunity true crime comedy podcast. I am Alvin Williams, joined as always by my partner in true crime, Francel Evans.
Oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Yeah, man, I'm the mailman. Can't you tell, man? Gonna post it.
What up?
Fran, we continue to ride this fiery train of chaos through the show of 2025. We are in week, I think, 17. No, week 2 of 2025.
Mm-hmm.
It is a hellscape outside.
Yeah.
But I mean, chaos. It's such a meme. It's that, not to be jokes, we're going to get into it, but it literally is. There's a cartoon dog meme. The whole kitchen's on fire. He's just sitting there enjoying a cup of coffee. Like, everything's fine.
Yeah.
That is what 2025 has been thus far, and it is
Already.
We're recording on, I don't know, what, the 13th or something? It's the 12th, maybe?
11th.
It's the 11th of January. Yeah. It's been the craziest year. The president has been convicted of 34 felonies.
Convicted felon, yeah.
Oh, my God. How are you doing, though, man?
I'm doing, hey, man, people, it could be worse.
But
I'm grateful.
But, we say that, but, like, could it?
It could be worse. Yeah, it could be worse. People lost houses and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, you mean for us personally?
Yes.
I'm just talking about the state of the world. Yeah,
for us
personally.
It could definitely be worse.
The world could be over, I guess. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, so yeah, there's always that. If it's not at that point yet, if it's not, did you die? If we're not at did you die point yet, then yeah, I guess it's always fine. But anyway, let's get drawn into our lives personally. How are you? Yeah. How's your mentals? How's life going? How are you feeling? How are you enjoying 2025?
I am enjoying the potential that how great 2025 could be.
It can only be an upswing. Yeah, I guess so. I guess if you want to elaborate, I'm here.
I'm
sure.
just the things that goals that I have and things that that's already planned that's supposed to be in place sounds.
You still see a lot of potential in 2025.
A wonderful year, yeah. Outside of all the other shit that I can't control.
Yes.
I mean, everything is great, but I mean, like, I'm alive. The world hasn't ended yet. Everything is fine. I really can't. When people say they can't complain, I don't know if they really mean it. Because I think people just say it because I just think people just say it because that's what you say when you're having a bullshit quick conversation with people. It's like,
yes.
How you doing? I can't complain. Can you really not complain? Or
I always can complain. Like, just let's just put that on the table. I always can complain. Like, I can always find something to complain about.
Sure.
But I won't complain because, as you brought attention to, let's take a second. There are people in a lot worse situations.
Yeah.
California is currently on fire, and I don't want to speculate again. I said the same thing like the last episode of the first episode of 2025. Oh. Yeah, I don't want to speculate in conspiracies and stuff like that. I made another disclaimer about that like last week about something else crazy that's going on in the world. All the Tesla truck and the all that craziness. The truck, the guy in New Orleans. Yeah. And here's another week. It was last week, bro. It's been like
that was a month ago.
It's been 40 days into January, and it's only been 11 days, but it feels like we're in March already.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there have been people apparently have been arrested or are being arrested for setting some of these fires. Not every fire, but I mean, I guess if you are being caught setting a fire at this point in California, they're going to probably try to link you to all of the fires that have taken place.
Well, are you educated on like wildfires at all, or do you know?
No, I mean, I've watched a couple of videos. I know that California goes through a lot of droughts and there's a lot of dry brush in their forests, but I'm not here to pretend like I know how this could have been avoidable or anything like that. But
how does it happen though? I don't understand.
There's a lot of dry brush in the woods.
So it's just wind and fire and
wind and perfectly dry trees, and then one spark goes up like a match. Sometimes people leave campfires. They don't put their campfires out, but in this case, people are speculating that it could have been intentional. But I also want to just speak on so many people being caught up on Jamie Lee Curtis and Russell, this person, all the, Mel Gibson, and there are regular people that live in these areas. You know, people hear Calabasas, and because rappers rap about it, they think it's just all $1 million homes. And there are a lot of that.
You just hear about celebrities losing.
Yeah, no, but there are people that are regular people lost their homes and are currently in danger. Their lives are in danger. Schools are burned down. Like, there's real things going on. And so I don't want people to just lament on celebrities and like, they'll be fine. They'll just rebuild another $1 million house. Because as I said last week, I think we're at this real class battle and in a cultural war about like the haves versus the have-nots. And I see a lot of people kind of being apathetic towards this situation in some cases, where they go, well, it's just a bunch of rich people lost their vacation homes. And it's like, no, man, there are regular people who were affected by this. Yes, it is a sick way, but I think a lot of people are just jaded by, you know, the current state of the world, where it's like, well, I don't have a $5 million house.
It's like envy to me.
You know, I don't want to be as reductive as to call it that. I mean, sure, no, there's a lot of haterade in the air, but come on, but to be like, oh, they lost a $10 million house. Oh wow, whoopee is like, or like sad. Oh, it's like, come on, you have to go to your other mansion in Aspen.
Nasty.
Like, yes, that's very haterified. But to just make it not that, I mean, the real people, not that celebrities aren't real people, but like everyday people that get up and go to work every day lost their homes.
Yeah.
And are in real dire situations for sure. So prayers to California. I mean, the pictures are absolutely devastating.
It looks fake.
It is insane. You know, I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands of acres have burned away, and it happened so fast.
Yeah.
And it's still happening. And I have friends in LA, and I've reached out to them, and they said, you know, it's a little close for comfort, but we haven't been evacuated yet, and we're fine. But that could change.
Still happening?
I mean, last time I checked, I think they're at like 13% containment. You know, so that's not a lot. Yeah. You know, they're just so, you know, it's a day-to-day process. You know, they're working hard to put the fire out, but they haven't succeeded in doing that yet. So prayers will continue to be sent to people's way. Shout out to Andy from Love Murder Podcast, good friend of the pod. I mean, she's out in the LA area. I hope that all of her endeavors and her family are well and safe and somewhere, you know, that they can be okay. I did check on our friend Madison McGee from Ice Cold Case. She's doing fine. She's safe. So, you know, my friend Les, I don't know if people know, but he lives in LA. Checked on him. He was one person who said, you know, like, we're good, but, you know, it's scary, but we haven't been affected directly yet. So just, you know, if you're a listener in the LA area listening to this right now, prayers, you know, reach out. If there's anything that we can do or any links that we can share, however we can, you know, be helpful, I would love to know. Yeah, man, it's just crazy. I mean, it's 2 weeks into the year, and it's absolutely just, it is wild outside. Yeah. But Frank, you said you wanted to read something?
Oh yeah, man. I think of so I'm a huge fan of ChatGPT. I think you know this by now.
I do know this.
And I'll just be messing around putting shit in, because like on ChatGPT, like the free version, you get like maybe like five, you know, like whatever you want to put in of the like premium AI.
Or you get to take it for a test drive.
Right. And then you that ends for the day for like 24 hours, and you got to use like this bullshit. No.
So the free one is like dumb?
I don't know.
It's sometimes you send me stuff and I'm like, listen, I love you to death, bro. I'm like, nah, this is not your pen. This is not Fran. No. It's like Shakespearean shit.
Yeah, because what happens is you can use it. You can test drive the one you pay for, because you can pay. There's one you can pay for.
Right.
They give you like a test of like 4. You get like 4 tests of that of every 24 hours.
Right.
And then after that, after you use your 4, you get like a dumber down version of AI.
Any projects I've asked you to do, have you sent me the tester of the expensive version, or you sent me the regular free version? Do you remember?
I sent you the tester version.
That shit is fire.
That shit was crazy, right? It's wild. It's wild. So look, I was messing around with something, because I heard on the podcast that they did this, so I wanted to do it, and I wanted to share on the show. I thought it was pretty funny. So I put in, create a funny conversation between Alvin Williams. Now we reach a level of fame.
Okay. How so?
I said, create a funny conversation between Alvin Williams and Fran Evans from the Affirmative Murder podcast, right?
Uh-huh.
So it says, here's a humorous and lighthearted imagined conversation between Alvin Williams and Fran Evans and their style of their banter on the Affirmative Murder podcast.
Oh, let me sit up. Okay.
So it says, this is from you. It says, Alvin says, yo, Fran, I was thinking, what if I solved the crime in real life? Like, I'm walking down the street, I see a shady guy and just see inside the whole situation. It says, me. First of all, Alvin, you'd call me immediately. Like, Fran, I think I saw a clue. And I have to remind you that we're podcasters and not detectives.
Man, these guys are hilarious.
So it says, this is from you. Nah, man, I'd handle it. I'd be like, sir, can I see your shoe? It matches the print I saw on the ground. And it says, Fran, and that's exactly how you get knocked out in the first 5 seconds of your detective career. The only case you're solving is why you woke up on the sidewalk.
That's so Fran. That is, yeah. Uh-huh.
So it says, it's you. Okay, but hear me out. What if it's one of these dumb criminals who's like posting their crime on TikTok? I'd be all over that. Me, yeah. Because nothing says true crime hero like scrolling through TikTok with snacks in your lap, you solving crimes while eating flaming hot Cheetos.
That's so, they nailed the jadedness of you. Yeah. That's very good. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, right. Yeah, okay. Contrarian Fran, that's what we used to call him in high school. Continue.
It says you. It's strategy. You know, you said, hey, it's strategy. Imagine this. I see a dude in a ski mask with a bag of cash holding a phone. I just sneak up behind him and be like, yo, you going live? And this is me laughing. And he'd be like, yeah, I'm live. And you're next. Then you're tied up in the basement somewhere. You. That's when I channel my inner Liam Neeson. Man, I have a very particular set of skills. This is it's spot on.
This is pretty solid, man. This is pretty solid. This
is me. The only skill you got is podcasting. What are you going to do? Tell him a true crime story till he feels guilty? You. Maybe I'd be like, did you know most criminals get caught because they slip up? You went live, my guy. Me. And he'd still leave you tied up. I have to come rescue you. And that's too much work, man. You. Laughing. Fine. But if I ever solve a crime, I'm putting detective in front of my name. Detective Alvin Williams. It has a ring to it. Me. It rings all right, like a doorbell. You don't answer because it's a scam. Stick to podcast, detective. And then it says, their back and forth highlights their humor and unique dynamic, keeping it true to their style of blending comedy with their passion for true crime. I said, man, I don't know.
We might as well retire now if that's the kind of stuff that they can start cranking out. I am terrified of the future. That's crazy. Nuts. No, that's weird. Yeah, but that was a solid little witty banter session between ChatGPT, Alvin, and Fran.
Yeah, that was funny.
Well, listen, that technology is dangerous as fuck, man. Here's something they can't duplicate if they wanted to. Fran, I got to talk to you about. I've noticed a uptick in big backery early off in 2025 in a way that I'm super proud of. We've had a couple of discussions on here where I've told you about some of my food hacks. Right. I tap into the matrix and I go, well, I get the food from over here. I get this from over here. I combine forces and, do
some new
and try some new things.
Oh, shit.
I've seen that. Not that this is a trend. I didn't start a trend. I'm only a novice big back. There are, 5-star general big backs that have been doing this for decades. Okay. But I saw two things in our Lord's year of 2025, two individual content creators. One person took a Papa John's pizza. They got a cheese pizza with Parmesan sauce instead of tomato sauce, like instead of the marinara.
All right.
And then they got chicken tikka masala from an Indian place, nondescript Indian place, any Indian place. They take this cheese on cheese pizza, dip that into the chicken tikka masala. They said it's a game changer. Absolute breathtaking experience. The robust flavors of the chicken tikka masala with the buttery cheesiness of the bread and the Papa John's. Listen, we can say what we want to say about John. He had a rough last about 3-4 years.
Yeah.
But the man knows how to make a pizza. So they say this combination is lethal. It's high level S tier Warlockian sorcery food. No, I'm just remarking on, hey man, I talked about the chili from Wendy's and combining things and all these things, and other people. I'm not alone, and I'm glad to see people coming out into the world and saying, hey, yeah,
that's not the combination.
We take 2 trips too.
That's not. You're not putting your level of. No, you're not at that level, man.
Well, let me tell you the second one.
Okay,
dude went to went to Wendy's. Got the Wendy's chili.
Okay.
Went to Waffle House.
All right.
Got the cheese grits from Waffle House.
Okay.
Put the chili in the cheese grits. He said, "Listen, I know how it looks
and sounds,
but this is the most legendary experience of flavors I've ever experienced." He was sitting in his car eating. Now, is that sad? Yes. But he said the flavors were out of this world. The chili from Wendy's with the cheese grits from Waffle House. We already know how Waffle House gets down when it comes to the cheese grits.
Yeah.
He put the chili into the mix on that. He said it was out of the park. So I just want to say, shout out to everybody out here just experimenting with their palate,
Nah, man, you don't need to be doing stuff like that.
I didn't say I was going to do it. This is not what I said. Don't put words in my mouth.
I'm just saying people don't need to be doing stuff like this.
Listen, bro, the world's on fire. The president is a felon.
That doesn't mean you should not care about your
There's nuclear
health.
war on the horizon. This country's an empire. We're talking about trying to invade Canada and Greenland and the Panama Canal. Eat what you want to eat, man. Eat what you want to. It's all going to shit. Eat what you want to eat. Who am I to sit here and tell you about your caloric intake when we are on the verge of becoming the Death Star in the Star Wars movies, and we're just here living our life trying to do TikTok dances, but we're literally living inside of an evil empire.
Well, TikTok is about to go. So
9 days, bro. What do you think? You think it's really? I downloaded Lemonade.
What is that?
That's the like generic. Vine? That's the Walmart brand TikTok. It's from the creators of TikTok. But it's like if TikTok goes away, Lemonade is the same thing.
Lemonade.
I also contemplated you can switch your location to Canada, and then you can just still use TikTok.
Like a VPN.
Sure. We're not sponsored by any VPN companies right now, but yes, like a VPN, you can just say you're somewhere else and continue to use TikTok, and it'll still update. Because that's the issue.
Yeah.
Once they say you can't use it anymore, you won't be able to download it or update it in America. So eventually it'll get so outdated that it won't work anymore. Like all the bugs and fixes that come, eventually they'll build up and they'll be like, this shit just doesn't work anymore. That's what Americans are facing.
Yeah.
Man, you can't do this. Okay?
You can't use TikTok?
You can't take TikTok away.
Oh.
You just can't. I know your feelings about TikTok and all you feel is it's crazy and toxic, but bro, we found out about Mr. Pisshair last year, man. Like,
look, you
gonna take that from me?
I understand TikTok can be, I think it's just it's rotting people's brains, especially young kids. But I do think it's educational. It is funny. It is funny.
It's hilarious.
So I'm not fully against TikTok. I'm on TikTok. We send TikTok to each other all day long.
All day long.
I love TikTok. I do love TikTok.
But isn't it sad? Let me tell you what's sad before we go to break. The saddest thing about them trying to get rid of TikTok through legislation is everything that they're saying is a lie. Like, they don't care about your data. They don't care about espionage. They don't care about any of that stuff, because if they did, they would be trying to regulate social media across the board.
Okay.
But it's because this is a Chinese platform is the big issue. But Mark Zuckerberg steals your information every day and has been for years. And Mark Zuckerberg is influencing you with memes and false information. Instagram Reels, Facebook, whatever they call theirs, Facebook Reels, I guess. Twitter videos, all of these platforms spread misinformation and steal your data every day, but they're in cahoots with America, so it's fine. They can be controlled.
Yeah.
And I guess they don't think that they can control China.
We can't have our people. We can't have outsiders controlling our people.
Exactly, right? What a crazy statement to make. Like, that's crazy. Like, we can be brainwashed and led astray and have our information stolen, but it has to be somebody that's like cool with us, though.
Yeah.
Let a friend steal your information and exploit you. Not a stranger.
A stranger, yeah.
Yeah. So, it's something to think about. Like, whatever the
I don't think it's going anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. Now, I wish they change up some shit like, TikTok shop, some stupid shit. It doesn't need all that. See, that's when I fell off.
You are a patron of the TikTok shop.
I am, but I've
never bought anything for you to say that is crazy because I thought it was a scam.
No, it's not a scam. It's just like Temu. It's Temu on TikTok, but it's like they don't. It's the videos was like this person. They like it's like commercials. Now.
An ad.
It's like
they're trying to make you feel like it's a TikTok.
It's like
trick
they
you
got
into
headphones that translate Spanish on the spot. It's like that's not. Those are not real. That's
and
not,
they wouldn't be $16.
They wouldn't be $16. They
might be real. They don't cost $16.
They don't cost $16, and they can't translate a full Spanish conversation
on the spot.
Seconds.
Yeah,
come on.
It's like I was on a date last night. And I met a girl. I'm in Spain. I'm talking to her. Hey, how you doing? My name's Kevin, and it's translating into Spanish as I'm saying it. Like for $16,
it's acting. It's like all right. Well,
I'm not saying
paid.
I'm not saying there aren't people who have that.
Yes,
but they paid $344 or something.
They paid thousands of dollars for
technology. For on the spot translation. They didn't get it from the Temu
TikTok shop.
They didn't get it from the Temu TikTok shop.
They're like headphones. They like come on.
They aren't from Raycon. They're not the Ray J headphones.
Videos. I want to see funny videos. I don't want to see you make commercials.
Yeah, don't try to sell me stuff all the time, man. Get your coin. I get it, but I don't. Maybe they should get rid of it. I don't know.
Get a real job.
Get a real job. Make these people fucking get off their ass. Stop making dance videos all day. Go to work.
Get a real
Stop
job.
phoning it in. But yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to get into some fucked up shit. So stick around. All right, and we are back. A couple of things, folks. Fran just brought it up while we were on break, but real quick, we just got to say, man, we're from Baltimore, man. We don't really have much dogs in the fight, but the Ravens are destroying the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. So shout out to the Ravens. MV3 Lamar Jackson is having a great season. I hope he gets that trophy. I don't want to see Josh Allen just be given a pity trophy because he never won one before. The guy's having an electric year. You know where the trophy should be. Let's make history. Secondly, affirmativemurder@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you guys on the Tales from the Hood end. We're running into 2025. We would love to hear some crazy shit. It's already crazy shit happening every day in the country. Yeah. So stop holding those secrets so close. Now's the time to get in the mix, feel involved. What do you have to lose with a little bit of a shameful story? Send it to us. Look at the world. Look at the state of the world. Can we talk about the economic state of the world? Fuck it. If you shit your pants at a party, tell us. Don't be so bashful.
Make a new email.
Yeah, be secretive about it. You can just tell us, don't say my name. You can just say that. Hey guys, I'm not Beyonce. Don't say my name. And then we won't say your name and we'll read your email. That's as simple as that. It's that quick. It's 5 seconds at the beginning of the email and then we won't say your name. And then you can get as real and honest and raw and embarrassing as you want. You can tell those stories you've always wanted to tell.
Yeah.
We had somebody send an email saying that they think that a situationship they had tried to bang their mom.
Oh yeah.
You got to be open and raw and honest about this. Okay? I love that person sent that in. Yeah, that was fantastic.
You guys have stories. Come on now. Come on.
It's 2025. Affirmativemurder@gmail.com.
It's 2025.
This is the year to let it all hang loose.
This is to let it all out.
Yeah. So we would love to hear from you guys. Also, on the Patreon, we've released a new series that we would love to keep up with and do. We had a great time and the feedback has been great. So if you are a member of the Patreon, but you don't go on often, you can find the very first episode of Trailer Trash, a web series, I guess you can call it. I mean, it's video of us watching trailers to horrible movies for the first time and just kind of reacting to them. I like to compare it to, if anybody is a millennial, or I think they might have rebooted the show, but Beavis and Butthead, when I was a kid, they used to like watch music videos and then commentate over the music videos about what they were seeing on the screen. And it's very similar to that, but we're watching terrible movie trailers. And I don't want to speak for both of us, Fran, but I think it was really fun.
It was fun. Yeah.
And so I would love to continue doing that. The very first episode is up. right now, and the next episode will be out on Friday. So you can look forward to those every Friday. We'd love to hear from you guys. If you guys have trailers that you feel like we need to be watching because they're just too unbelievable to not have to view and critique, affirmativemurder@gmail.com. You can put trailer trash in the subject line, and we'll know that you want to recommend us a movie to trash or movie trailer to trash. So yeah, man, Patreon is coming along 2025. We want to grow that. We have some other forthcoming news that we cannot dive into as of right now. Well, wait, before we get to the story.
What is that? What other news?
We got a trip coming up. No.
Oh, okay. Why not?
But it's that's happening. So, guys, we're going to London.
Yeah.
We'll be at CrimeCon UK this year in June. So if you are across the pond in the London area, come to CrimeCon. And if you are planning on doing that, don't buy your ticket yet because they're going to send us a discount code you could buy tickets with, and that would help us very much. If you use our code to buy a ticket, that would help us with the trip very much because this is a big trip. Okay, this is a big one, and we're gonna have to really scramble to get it done, but it's happening. We will be in London in June. Fran's going across the pond for the first time.
Yeah, man.
The first time out of the country in this way. First time in Europe, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I'm very excited to hold your hand on that journey. That will be, I've never been to London either, so it'll be a first for both of us. But I'm excited, man. I think that's going to be super fun. So if you're in the UK, whatever that means post-Brexit, I don't know, London, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, I believe I might be missing one. I don't know. If you're in any of those countries and you want to come to London to say hi to us at CrimeCon UK, we'll be there, man. Still, come check us out. Still, man. We'd love to have a conversation with you. Yeah. But yeah, with that being said, we're ready to get into some fucked up shit. Let's make one more disclaimer before we jump into this. Fran, you told me that you could not finish this story.
I couldn't finish this story.
So we will make it clear. I'm glad that you told me this. I am a new father, and I don't think we've done a story like this really since I've had my son. And I don't know if that will maybe color my feelings about some of these things. We're going to try to refrain from doing anything that's too deep on children going forward, because I don't want you to do anything that makes you uncomfortable. Yeah. And I don't want, if it makes you uncomfortable, this is our job. Yeah. It makes me think about the listeners, and there's some listeners who this might be too far. Yeah. So we're going to do the story. We're going to put a trigger warning or a disclaimer at the top that one of our hosts of this had a hard time with some of the information in this case. And so, if you would like to step away, I fully understand. And going forward, we probably won't do anything too graphic involving children in the future. Yeah. So yeah, just wanted to put that in there. And let's dive in. So Mark and Amy Castillo got married in 1998 in Charleston, South Carolina. They had 3 children, but their marriage began to fall apart in August of 2005. There were hundreds of pages of documents as part of the pending divorce filing in the Montgomery County Circuit Court that showed a tumultuous relationship between the two. For people who don't know, Montgomery County, I don't know if this speaks to them, but it's one of the wealthiest counties in the country. It's in Maryland. Moco is
that where what's in Montgomery County? Is that I'm trying to think. What's one? Can't think of it right now. It'll come to me later.
Yeah, Montgomery County is like
Potomac. Is it Potomac in Montgomery?
I don't know. Oh, okay. I'm not great with maps and stuff like that, but I just know that Montgomery County has a lot of bread, has some of the best schools in the country. There's a lot of like DC bigwigs that live in Montgomery County. So they have a lot of money in Montgomery County.
It is in Montgomery County. Yep.
Potomac.
Yeah.
What is that? A lake or what is it?
Potomac is an area? It's an area, but it's like one of the richest areas.
There you go.
In like Maryland.
Well, it's in Montgomery County.
Yeah.
There you go. Boom. Yeah, they got the bread out there. So Mark and Amy battled back and forth for years. He said that his wife wouldn't let him see the children and he went on to file contempt of court charges against her. She said that he was an unfit father who might harm their children. And you know what's sad is like when it comes
to a husband of a person who's saying, a wife of a person who's saying this.
Say it again.
Husband, either or.
Say it again.
I said, why wouldn't the court system trust either the wife or the husband of us? They were married.
I was about to go into that from a different.
That makes no sense to me.
I was about to go into that from a different angle, which was that the court system sees. You should just believe people and believe that everybody is earnest and just is doing what's in the best interest of children. But sometimes people will lie or say what they think is disparaging to somebody's character in order to get what they want. So that might be a statement that's par for the course in divorce court. Oh, he's an unfit. She's unfit. She's dangerous. She smokes weed in the house. Mm-hmm. It gets nasty. But I think that we can tell a lot about people from their history. And so you got to be able to have a full history of people to make judgments on if you're not going to just upfront believe somebody. If somebody hasn't shown that they have a history of lying, then if they go, I don't trust them with the kids, I don't know if my first instinct is to go, oh, she's just doing that to be petty. You know, you hear a lot of that shit from like deadbeat dads. They're like, no, man, you know, she was keeping the kid from me. And I go, listen, you know, if somebody's keeping their kid, most people want help. You know, it takes a village. Mm-hmm. So, you know, all this like, well, you know, she wanted to be with me. And so I didn't want to be with her. So she didn't let me see the kids. Now, I'm not saying that's not possible, but I'm always leery of like when I hear people talking that type of shit. I'm like, really? So she won't take money from you and she won't let you have a weekend where she could get a break or something from the kid? She refuses to have help. I don't know, bro.
A little tired.
Yeah, like
give me another bullshit story.
Like I just don't. No, I wanted to take them to. I was going to pay for their education and everything, elementary school, private school, but she said no because I didn't want to be with her. I'm like,
there's more to that story.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. It's like, but so yes, but
it's like I know you, bro. You ain't him. Stop.
Yeah. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
Pal.
You're not that guy. No, she wouldn't even let me buy them their first car, like nothing. I'm like, what? Because you're that much of the man that she just were like, if you won't date me, you can't see your kid. I'm not saying it doesn't happen.
Right.
I'm just saying this is the exception and not the rule.
Yeah.
It's the exception and not the rule. I don't think the rule is if you get a girl pregnant and you don't want to be with her, she doesn't want your money or you to take the kid. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Just saying it's the exception and not the rule. And in this case, they were going through a divorce battle, and Amy was like, I don't let him see the kids, even though he has legal custody in the middle of the divorce battle. I don't let him see them still because I don't trust him with the kids. So that's red flag number one.
But I mean, like, why not? Because this is where the issue I have.
Mm-hmm.
So like a parent can go, I don't want to give visitor rights or whatever to, the husband because of whatever reasons they had in the past.
Yes.
Okay, why not just go, okay, there should be a way, if not, I don't know, but there should be a way to go like, okay, well, we'll just give you we'll give you full custody now, and then we'll figure it out. It's kind of like the saying I like is like they use this saying they use this saying in real estate and shit like that, where it's like you fire then aim. So it's like you make a decision on something, and then after you kind of figure it out.
Okay.
So like you can give, if she's like, no, I don't want to give him visitor rights or whatever because of he has some type of mental issue. Okay, why not go? Okay, well, for now. Temporary,
you keep the kids all the time
until we figure out tests or
psyche val. We'll do a psyche val
with him.
I get that.
Yeah, instead of keeping it up in the air where it's like we still trying to figure it out, but for now we just going to do 50-50 or whatever. Because then she can go.
Let's just see what happens. We'll wait to see if he abuses the kids. And even though you've said something, now that you've said something, he now has to do something. That's kind of how the court works today.
Yeah.
You can, he's stalking me. Okay. You've made a note of that and whatever. Now he has to actually stalk you though.
Yeah.
Or break into your house or something.
File the what is it called? The
restraining order.
File a restraining order and
order of protection.
While that's in processing, we'll kind of, we got to wait to see if he does it again.
Right.
What?
Yeah. It's like he's unfit. Okay, well, we're going to continue to give him the child every weekend.
Put a pending stamp on it, and then, we'll wait till something happens again, and then if he does, we'll push it through, accept it, whatever.
Yeah.
Too late.
It's too late. On December 25th, 2006, Amy Castillo requested a protective order in Montgomery County District Court against her husband, Mark Castillo, and asked that her husband receive mental counseling. So everything that we're talking about is kind of unfurling right now. She said that in the summer of 2006, he was involuntarily committed to a psychiatric institution for a suicidal and manic behavioral episode. At the time, he had been driving around the county. At the time, he had been driving around the country, living in a car. And I don't know if it might just be a free spirit. I don't know if we.
Sure.
Okay. I'm just saying, sometimes people just van life. Hashtag van life. This is, people do this.
People do this. What people do this? People with social media?
Well, yeah, or young guys, just looking to have.
Some people do not live in the damn car, bro. Stop. I go into the truck stop and take a shower, or I have a Planet Fitness membership and I go and take a shower. It's like you're not living in your car, taking showers at Planet Fitness.
All right, well, they say a car, not a car, but our friend Les was living in his van. He was, and he made it seem fly, and his van was mad fly.
No, but what was he doing though?
He was traveling the country performing.
Okay, that's totally different than what we're talking about.
Okay.
He's performing. He's on a. He's pursuing a career in something he loves doing.
Yes.
So you have to make you got to give some shit up.
So you can't be like a car salesman at CarMax and live in your car and drive. You have to be some kind of free spirited, eclectic person. I agree, actually, when I said it that way. You can't be like living a life of stability with children and stuff, and you live in
your car.
Yeah, yes, of course.
No, Les was traveling. You come on, you got to sacrifice some things, and he was doing. That's what he was doing.
Yeah,
come on, man.
Yeah, for sure.
He's living in his car for what? Just because he don't? I don't know. He don't want to work? No. No, red flag, bro.
Well, I think it's probably some weird advice he got from some shady friend. Like, well, if you don't have an address for them to mail stuff to you, then she can't put you on child support.
Oh, okay.
So you gotta have an address for them to put you on child support. So I don't have an address. I live in my car.
Yeah. You shouldn't hang around friends that have advice like that.
Anybody? Yeah, I got any kind of friends. It's tax season. They're like, yo, if you claim your car as a dependent, because it is dependent on you. You change the oil and you put new shoes on it and stuff like that. So it's a dependence. You get $7,000 back every year. You're like, what? Well, you drive a Nissan Maxima, Max. Just put it down as your dependence Max. I'm telling you, I do it every year. You're going to federal prison.
IRS is coming at you. If you've been doing it for you, they may not be looking for you now.
They never catch me. People just they are building the case as they speak. People confident as all get out. I haven't been caught yet, bro. I've been doing it for 10 years straight. Like, bro, they are building a case against you to come after you for $1 million. You just think they haven't caught you. They're waiting for you to get to the, it's like when a Target is like, yo, I steal from here all the time. It's like, yo, they are waiting for you to hit $5,000 or whatever the thing is. And they're going to bust you the day you go to steal some clogs out of the Target. They're like, we got you.
That's crazy.
I bet an alarm goes off when you finally get caught because you hit the threshold. They're like, we caught you. Bing, 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 bing. You hit $5,000. You're going to federal prison for theft. It's grand larceny. You're like, what? No, it's just a jug of milk. Like, yeah, well, it's the 1500th jug of milk you've stolen from this Target.
Yeah, you get caught. You think this is the first time they saw you? Stop it, man. Stop.
They've been building a case.
Yeah, I don't want to hang around people like that.
Yeah, anybody with special advice?
It's just all they just live by scams.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And some scamming the government.
And I'm so bitch made that I've heard some people I've been in corners at parties having some conversations with people that just feel shady, and I'm sure they're just normal everyday conversations. I had a friend a couple years ago was telling me about how he travels for free because he uses his credit card debt to get the points, but he's like he just keeps rolling it over. So he said, so I got $5,000 on this credit card. I get the points. I close it out, open a new account, roll the $5,000 over to a new account. That's what I'm saying. And you know what it is for me? I don't like being on the phone. So already I'm like, if you have to keep making all these phone calls, that just feels scammy to me already. You're like, yeah, I want to close this account, roll this money over to this account. Then you get like an entry level bonus. Like you just open up a new account. So you get this many Sky Miles off the rip. And you just roll the $5,000 from that card onto this new card, and you get the new Sky Miles. And he's like, I just do it all the time. Because I got like 600,000 Sky Miles. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm going to Bora Bora. This paid for. I'm like, this doesn't sound legal. It might be perfectly legal. But all of this rolling and when you start using terms I never heard before, I'm like, this is a scam. Rolling it over. This is not. You can't.
Rolling over your credit card debt.
This has to be scandalous in some kind of way. I don't believe you. I do not believe you. So let alone it be some shit really where people are like, yeah, you just write names on documents that aren't real names. You lost me.
You know what's this? Well, first of all, why you shouldn't be telling you? You're making it hot. Keep that to yourself. I get people want praise and shit like that because they want to tell people like, oh, I felt something cool.
I put you on. It's not a new song.
Yeah, I put you on. It's like, bro, don't tell nobody that.
Yeah, man. You telling me there was a guy out there in the world who performed the Chase Money glitch. It worked. And his next thought was, I got to tell the world about this.
Tell everybody.
That it was me, that I did it. What? You found a way to go and scam. Now, you shouldn't be doing it, but if you don't care, you don't care. But yeah, I told him, I just wrote a check for $600 million and they cashed it. Now, that's a hypothetical, obviously. I'm exaggerating, but I'm just saying.
Right.
People were doing some wild shit with them fucking Chase Bank glitch. Somebody did it and it worked. And they went, their next thought was, yo, I got to be the guy. I want this to be called the My Name Money glitch.
People was doing that shit for like some Target scam where you can like scam someone to get money back.
And told him, I'm going to tell her. I got to tell everybody
on TikTok. This. Just tell everybody. Then everybody go do it to get high. Then people start going crazy. It's like, bro, just don't tell nobody.
Yeah. It's insane.
Tell people. Just do what you're doing low key. For a little while, because at some point you're gonna get caught. But like, just do it.
You won't get caught as fast if you won't get caught as fast if you keep it low.
Right.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. So yeah, stay away from friends with crazy wild advice.
Don't roll over your debt.
Don't roll over your debt for Sky Miles.
Sky
Miles. And maybe you should. I don't know. Maybe somebody's listening to this like, oh, I do it all the time. It's perfectly legal, but I don't like it. Okay.
Do you owe money? Like, do you owe money back? Because I don't think that's you can't be doing that, man.
Yeah, people don't talk to me about Sky Miles.
I closed this out. I got $5,000 on that one, so I open another one. Tell them take the $5,000 off of that, put it on this one, and then then the
interest rate on this one is lower than the interest rate on the last card. You're like, once you start talking to me about interest rates and stuff, I'm like, this is you're too
informed. I don't like that.
That's what it is. Anybody who's committing any kind of thing, when you know how to game the system, I'm like, you're a con artist. Like, because it's not simple. Like, if you were telling me, yeah, you can just open the app and say roll over. It's a rollover button. If it's not a button or something like that, if it's like you got to call and you got to say a special thing or you got to tell them something, like, well, at first they're going to tell you can't do that. But you just say speak to the manager. If they start telling you got to do stuff like this is a scam to me.
All these layers.
I put all of that in scam. It could be perfectly legal, but if it's anything like that, I'm like, this is scam territory. They're like, it's free chicken sandwich day at Sonic. I'm like, okay, would I just go and say I want a free chicken sandwich? No, you got to go print the coupon out. They're going to tell you the coupon, we don't accept it in this region, but then you got to make a fuss about it and say, I'm going to go up to call corporate and they'll give you the sandwich. I'm like, it's a scam, bro. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to have to make false threats. If I have to start raising my voice, this is a scam. This is not the real.
Right. I don't know how people be able to do shit like that. No, what you do is you go in there, you got to ask for the secret menu. Say, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, bro.
I saw a video, this guy was like, yo, I know how, watch me get free McDonald's. The way this guy caused a scene at the McDonald's and had to get his receipt and then It's some girl to drive through. She's 17. Like, she doesn't want any problems. She's just trying to do her job. You like, you got to make a scene a little bit. Then they give you the burger for free. You like, see, got a free burger. I'm like, I just would have paid the $2, man. You just cost. Imagine being like, how they talk about you when you drive. Like, yo, this man made a whole scene in here for a cheeseburger.
No, you a cheap bastard.
And you like, oh, well, it was free. You're like, all right, bro. You got it, man. Like
subscribe. Like, I don't know, bro.
I don't want to subscribe to your lifestyle. I don't want to. Any type of shit like that, I'm like, this is
free Subway.
No,
go in there. If they don't got gloves on, they give you a free. They give you a free sandwich. They don't make a sandwich without gloves.
By law, they have to put on new gloves. If you don't see them take off the old gloves and put on new gloves, every sandwich they got to put new gloves on. I don't want to go in there and be like, threaten somebody's job to get a free sandwich, man. Like that's not a hack. That's me being a Karen and a dick. I don't want. That's not a hack.
Asshole, man.
That's not a life hack.
Got two free sandwiches.
Walking out smiling with the little long Subway bag, like got them. You're like, no, you didn't. They just wanted you to get out of their store. You caused a ruckus in the store. Well, I don't want to. I'm just saying, I don't want to have to get this place shut down. I didn't see you put new gloves on, so you should, by law, you have to give me a new sandwich for free.
That's like that guy. I know we go to tangent, but that's like
Fuck
that
you,
guy.
this is hilarious.
That's like that guy who was like, he was like doing lawsuits every job he had because the guy was in the lunchroom, and these two dudes talking about
that was Charleston White.
That's what that was. Oh. Now that's scary shit.
He was like, yeah, motherfucking right. I was in the break room and two guys talking about last weekend they went out and had sex with some girls at the club. That's sexual harassment. I said,
I went and told corporate. I said, this fucking guy, man.
He said, I went and told corporate 2 of my coworkers were talking about sex in front of me and I felt uncomfortable. They sexually assaulted me. I said, bro, what type of shit are you on? Oh, yeah, I got about $25,000 for that one.
Man.
No,
it's got lawsuits.
That's what any type of shit like that goes in that category too. Anytime somebody's telling you like, by law, Hooters, they have to hire you if you're a man. That's sexism. So go apply to Hooters, and if they don't give you the job, you can sue them for discrimination. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm in a tight spot, but like,
that wasn't. Oh my goodness.
I said, you rat bastard. That's crazy. Like, yeah, man. Because imagine, like, listen, this all kind of people, all walks of life listen to this podcast. But I'm just saying, like, us as two dudes being like, you just talking about, I met this cute girl, whatever. you enjoying your lunch.
Yeah,
man, we went back to her place. And then you get a letter on your desk the next day, like, yo, you're fired. Somebody said you were sexually harassed them in the break room. You go, I was just talking to Fran. And Charleston, I just was telling him about my weekends. Like, yeah, no, the Charleston guy said you sexually harassed him because you were using inappropriate language at the time. I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
Like, and men are pigs like that. But I'm just saying that's a crazy way to try to get over. Like, you gonna get me fired? You don't even want the job. You just took the job to sue the job. You ruined this job was my livelihood. Yeah. And I thought you were my friend. And I'm telling you about my weekend.
To be up $2,500, you went through all that.
Now you got an enemy because if I see you in the street, I'm putting hands on you.
Yes.
I'm like, you got me fired because I told you I met a girl and hooked up with her at the. Come on, man. No,
man. Wow.
All right. Back to this. So on December 25th, 2006, Amy Castillo requested a protective order in Montgomery County District Court against her husband, Mark Castillo, and asked that her husband receive mental counseling. Living in his car. Mark Castillo appealed his conviction and was released a week later. As far as like being put in the mental psychiatric hold, he appealed it and they let him out. She also stated that he had never hurt their children, but did tell her that the worst thing he could do to her would be to kill the children and not her, so she would have to live without them. If you say something like that, if you can prove that somebody said something like that, you should never be allowed to see your children again.
Right. But she's been honest. She's like, he's never said he's never hurt the children.
Yes.
Physically. But he said some crazy shit.
That is literally the craziest thing I've ever heard. Like, because that's on so many levels
This don't have nothing to do with the kids.
That's what I'm saying. It speaks to like your disregard for the kids, how much you're capable of hating your wife.
Yep.
Because it's like, I would take them from you, so you would have to live with never seeing your kids again. So that means you don't care about these kids at all. If you even think that that's an option, or if you even think about if you can even conceptualize how that would hurt her and not think about yourself, like it wouldn't hurt you.
No.
Like if you even think about it that way,
that's crazy.
Like, what's the worst thing I could do to her? Probably kill our kids, because she would be
miserable,
devastated. You're like, what? You wouldn't be? Like that's
a lot of thought, dude.
That's what I mean. Like, you should never be allowed to. If you can even think like that, you should never be allowed to see your kids again.
I wouldn't kill you. I'll kill
the kids, and you have to and let you live, and you gotta just think about it every day.
That's man.
It's a very one of my favorite shows, Pen 15. There's a scene because like people's brains, and this is they were two adult women playing kids on the show. It's a great show. I know it's a weird concept, but like the girl got into an argument with a boy at school, and they were playing like the dozens, going back and forth. And she called him, so he's like, "Yeah, you're ugly." This way, and she goes, "Short, you're short." And a couple people started laughing at the short thing, and she started going in, "You're short, and this, and that's why this, that, and the 30 is short, and that's why your dad died." The whole crowd, the boy started crying. It was like, "Yo, what?" Like everybody was like, "It's sometimes you hear somebody say some shit. It's like, why would your brain even go there to say something like that?" And this is on a whole nother level than this TV show.
No, but was it like jabs? Was it just like funny?
It was jabs, bro. You short, munchkin. That's why your butt stinks.
Yeah. So
but then she started feeling it because the couple little jabs started getting the crowd. Oh, she called him short, and she was like, "Oh, all right, okay. Watch this. That's why you're short, and you didn't make the baseball team, and that's why your dad died." The record straight.
Yeah.
It was like, what did she say?
Stop. Yeah.
They cut to the boy. He was crying, like, but he was trying to hide it. Like, they cut to another dude. He was like, "That's messed up." It was like, nah.
Yeah. What made you say that?
Wow. That. What would bring you to say something like that? Like, what context are they arguing where it's like, son, I would never kill you. I would kill the kids, and you just have to live with that shit forever. Like, were they cuddled up? Was this over the phone? Was this an email, text, voicemail? Like, I hope it's some kind of trail that you can show to the authorities.
Yeah.
Like, no, he said this. It was crazy.
Yeah. Well, we clearly know who filed a divorce.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of crazy shit, your boy, you don't know who he is. I'm not going to call him your boy. Well, Tom Segura is your boy.
Yeah.
He had, so I know you don't know. This is so deep, like movie, Hollywood, dumb, pop gossip shit. But it was kind of a big deal. There's this actor named Armie Hammer.
Okay, I know what that is.
He got caught up. He was talking to
crazy on women, text messages. He was going to eat them and all this type of shit. Yeah. He
started going on his press tour to try to, I don't know, get back into Hollywood, or maybe he's going to pivot into podcasting. I don't know. But the way because he's a handsome white man, one of them type of guy, tall jaw, whatever. The way he's like swirling a glass of Merlot and being like, you know how it is sometimes when you meet a girl and it's like, you just like her so much, you're like, I would fucking take your head and smash it with a hammer because I just like you so much. And the way he's like publicly explaining it to people, like everybody's gonna go, been there. Like, man, this really was blown out of proportion. Like, I didn't know you said it like that. I didn't know you said it jokingly. And that's how he keeps talking about it. He went on Your Mom's House and was explaining to them. And Tom Segura, who loves mess, so of course he's like, oh yeah, no, I totally get that. But I think Tom Segura and his wife are bullshit. Like, as far as like, I don't think he really talks to her like that. Like, maybe like they do it for the podcast, but so he's the wrong person to go and get your like, and they tried to cancel my career because I just told her I wanted to cut her head off and drink all the blood out of it. And Tom Segura's like, oh yeah, that's perfectly normal.
Yeah.
But if you look at Tom Segura's face, he's bullshit. Like, he always, when he says that type of stuff, he's bullshitting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think he was the wrong guy to go to, because I think Armie Hammer thought, oh yeah, I'm gonna clean this shit up. I'm getting it off, and I'm gonna clean my image up. And he's
the wrong show to go on.
He's like, yeah, they tried to arrest me because I told her I'm gonna stab her a bunch of times and drink her blood, and then she'll be a part of me forever. He's like, yeah, and I tell my wife that all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, this is the wrong show to go on.
That's the wrong show to go and do that.
But he went on multiple shows, and it's like, all I said was this, and like I was saying it like a joke because I like her so much. And he put it like, he was trying to throw some like fly player shit on it. Like, yeah, you meet a girl and you're in a good place in life, and I might whisk her away and take her to New York and we date and have great sex for like 30 days. And then I might never talk to you again. Basically, he's saying like, I say crazy shit to them and then I ghost them. And then out of revenge, they leak our text messages out of context. But it's like, even with the context that you're giving right now, and like you being like, I said it with a smile and I'm handsome and I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
This shit is still wild and crazy what you're saying to these people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I would take a meat cleaver and just break all the vertebrae in your spine so that you can never leave me. It's like, even if you took her to Puerto Rico after y'all said these things and y'all had great sex, like, this is still crazy to say. This is still a girl being like, okay, yeah. Well, he's hot, so like I'll laugh it off, but this shit is crazy. So people say some crazy shit, man. In summation. So, in conclusion, people be saying crazy shit. So Mark Castillo says the wildest, craziest shit you ever heard in your life. Amy was given a temporary protective order, but her request for a permanent order was rejected on January 10th, 2007 by Circuit Court Judge Joseph Dugan. On a form Judge Dugan signed giving his ruling, a box was checked indicating that there were no clear or convincing evidence that the alleged acts of abuse occurred. So basically, it was her word against his that he said this.
No evidence.
And he was like, since you can't prove that he said it in a text message or a letter or something, I can't just go off your word. We did a temporary, like you said, they did a temporary thing. They went and looked into it. They found no evidence, and so they were like, we can't give you a permanent order of protection. We can't. We looked into it. There's no evidence. Because imagine if they were lying. Like, you wouldn't like that if somebody was able to take your kids away off. They made something up, and
I get that.
So and that sucks because
that's right. Exactly.
And it also sucks because sometimes people are aware of those kind of things. Like I remember I watched it wasn't the Woody Allen documentary about him being a sick fuck, but I've seen forensic files, other things like that, where somebody would be like, so I tried to call him and record the conversation to get him to admit to something, and a person is aware of those kind of things. So sometimes people are aware, like, I'll say this to you on the phone, but I won't say it to you in a text message, or I'll say it to you in your face, but I won't write it in the email. Like, I know how to not make a paper trail. I know how to not leave evidence behind, and they're thinking of that cognizantly. So they'll say something to you, but they know I said it to you while we were doing the kid exchange. I know you don't have a wire on you right now, so I would never talk to you like this on the phone because you might be recording the conversation.
Right.
And I would never text this to you. I would never email this to you. I would never write this in a letter, but I said it at the right time, but you can't prove that I said it. And I just go, what? I would never say that. They're my kids.
Yeah, that's true, man.
So there's people out here just gaming the system. They're thinking like you don't. It's hard. This might be the first tangent sode of 2025, but we live in a world where sometimes like people mistake evil for smart. Where it's like, man, hypothetically, because I don't, I'm not trying to, but I need to use names of real people. Man, Elon Musk, I don't know how he turned that diamond mine. He made all of this money off of this, that, and the third. It's like, I would never think to do that. It's like, no, I would never think to like exploit child labor.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I don't think like that. So it doesn't make this person smart because they think of something you wouldn't do. Or like when you watch reality shows or these game shows and they go, I told everybody in the house that I was going to do this, but then I did that. It's like, damn, that was smart. It's like, no, that was like conniving and evil. That's not the same thing as being smart. Like, I'm just real smart at the game. It's like, no, you're willing to do things that are despicable, and my mind doesn't work that way. So of course, I never saw that chess move. Yeah, because I'm not evil.
You're not looking at it that way.
I'm not looking at it that way.
Right.
So you call me on the phone, you might catch me. I might say some shit to you that you could use against me because I'm like, I'm not thinking about recording phone calls. But some people are thinking like that, and they would never say anything crazy over the phone.
But I mean, like, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Unless you're intelligent enough to be like, well, he said some crazy shit before. Why not wear one?
Yes, if there's precedence, if there's precedence. But I'm saying anybody that's like for instance, like it's like Batman. Batman has all these contingency plans. That's a fucked up friend.
Yeah.
Why do you? I remember. I don't know if it was Kendrick Lamar. Not to bring a West Coast or anything like that, but it's like, oh yeah, they say, or Eminem. It was Eminem. They were like, Eminem has rap disses against everybody. If you are living your life Like, man, in case this person says this shit about me, I got something ready for him. That's fucked up. That's not just like on lyrical
you never
battle.
Done that before? Like
what?
A joke in school? Like, oh, I'm waiting for this dude.
Of course. Listen. And when I was in middle school and high school, I was ready for anybody. I had one in the tuck.
I did.
I didn't sussed out shit. But I'm saying we all are capable of it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying in the context of like real life things, not me being like, well, I'm gonna talk about how one of your legs longer than the other leg. So if you say something, oh, that's why your pants tight. Okay, well, you got a weird nose, and I know that you feel weird, you feel insecure about it.
Yeah.
And so I didn't already peep that, and I got it ready.
Yeah, I got it like loaded. Yeah.
I'm judo flip you back as soon as you even try to say something to me. Been there, no question. But in my adulthood, I'm not moving around like that.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't move around like that in a custody battle and be like, yeah, I'm gonna lie first. I'm gonna go ahead and say she did this and I planted some drugs in her house. People be doing some crazy shit. Yeah, I planted some drugs in the house, then I called the police and told them to go check out under her mattress. There's people out here doing some cold, underhanded shit in the world. It's like, oh, I'm smart. I want to get my kids. Like, no, that's not smart.
That's not smart, bro.
That's not smart. That's mad evil. And I would never do that to somebody. That's why I couldn't think. How did I not think of that first? Like, how did I not think of that first? Like, because I'm not evil.
But doing shit like that has nothing to do. That's selfish, though. It's not even about how we would look at it. Somebody on the outside would go like, "Oh, he's trying to do this to get his kids," but he's like, "I'm not. I'm doing this to get back at him."
Yeah, I don't want her to have the kids,
whatever. And then, okay, well, now you left it with the kids, though. It's like, you're not doing this for you to actually want, because you actually want the kids. You're doing it to get back at her.
You don't want her to have the kids.
That's the evil, man.
Yeah, that's mad evil.
It's evil. Damn, but I guess, man, people just can't. I don't know. People just can't move on, man. I don't
Some
know.
people can't move on, man.
And that's why I got off Twitter. We talked about Twitter a while ago when you was like, man, I'm not even on Twitter. And then as I got on, as I still get, I go, maybe I shouldn't be on here. Because like, the shit on here is just, I don't need to see.
It's such a toxic
place. Some women just got killed by her boyfriend after she was on her ex-husband after she was on Twitter, on social media, not Twitter, but social media was like, oh, he's been great during the whole process, and he ended up doing a murder suicide. I'm like, God damn it.
So she had just like been like, the process has been great, amicable.
Yeah, applauding this man. Oh, he's great. He's doing great during the whole process. He's been supportive, this and that. And then next thing you know, he killed her and himself. I said, maybe I don't need to be.
I just don't need to be absorbing shit like that, bro. It's a sick world.
Yeah, man. Some dudes just like, man, it's I don't know, man.
That's a conversation for another day, because that's going into like toxic masculinity and possessiveness and I own, this is mine, and it's a whole bunch of
that's dark, man.
Deep shit, man, about people that are abusive, and it's a whole thing. And we're in the middle of one right now. We're in the middle of one of these stories right now. So let's lock back in. So so like I said, they weren't able to prove this accusation that Amy had lobbied against Mark about him saying he would kill the kids. So because she wasn't able to prove it once they did some digging, Mark Castillo actually retained visitation rights despite a psychologist who evaluated him in September and October of 2006 and diagnosed him with mood disorder and narcissistic personality disorder with borderline and histrionic personality traits. That's a whole lot of shit. You got issues. Diagnosed officially.
Officially.
Yes. And still gave him his visitation rights back.
Mind blowing.
He had instability in his personal relationships. He was living in a car, and recurrent suicidal thoughts, and once bought ant poison, duct tape, and a utility knife to kill himself, but changed his mind. I don't know.
How do you still?
That one, I'm speechless. Like, you're at least a danger to yourself, and maybe your kids don't need to see that. At the very least, like, forget about the safety of the not forget about it, but like, if I'm a danger to myself, you should take my kids away, because I would not want my kids to walk into a room and see me having done something terrible to myself. The side effects of that alone are dangerous to a child. That might not put a child in physical harm, but you should, if you're like, yeah, we think you might be suicidal, then you shouldn't. Your kids shouldn't be around that.
How do you still get visitation? That's crazy to me.
It's insane. Ant poison, duct tape, and a utility knife.
Wow.
According to the report, his goal was to make his wife feel terrible for taking the children by killing himself. He was going to kill himself. That's not a very well thought out plan. Or you really got to hate somebody. Yeah, I don't know which one it is. It might be a brilliant plan, but like you really got to be committed. You got to really hate somebody to be like, I'm going to make you feel guilty for the rest of your life by ending my own life.
She won't.
Right? You got to, I mean, but no, here's the thing. Remember we talked about evil versus smart. If I do it in front of the kids, I leave a note that says, yeah, your mom, she drove me to this. Now the kids, by way of the kids feeling like you did it, you drove their dad to this. Now you might say, fuck him, but you made my kids feel like it was my fault. And my kids looking at me that way breaks my heart for the rest of my life. You or I would never think to do something like that. I'm gonna make the kids see you as a monster.
Sure. I get the plan, but I wouldn't necessarily call it.
No, I don't hate anybody that much to be like, yo, I'm gonna end my life.
I'm gonna kill myself.
And you're gonna feel so bad about it? That's insane.
That's how does that sound? How does that sound smart?
Then you don't even get to see if it works.
Yeah, what's the point of getting revenge if you can't see the end result? I don't get that one.
I mean,
I'm gonna kill myself. So
yeah,
I can be miserable. All right, you committed.
Good luck with that.
You got very committed. Because I guarantee, with all that other shit, she'll figure it out.
Yeah, as miserable as this life sounds, this divorce fight, I don't see a world where she doesn't do anything but rejoice that you're dead.
Right. She'll figure it out. She'll be all right.
Yeah. That's what therapy's for. In a court-ordered evaluation dated October 10th, 2006, Dr. C. David Massar wrote, "The acute risk of harm Mr. Castillo poses to his children is low, provided he continue with his psychotherapeutic treatments. Mr. Castillo has cared for and continues to care for his children and expressed love and concern for them, except for that time he said he'd kill them."
Who wrote that? ChatGPT?
Who wrote that? Mark Castillo? In May, Amy filed an emergency motion to suspend Mark's access to the children pending a psychological evaluation.
Oh, she's going every avenue she can.
Well, he keeps every week. He's calling her and saying the craziest shit. He's calling her like the guy from Scream. She cited several reasons for her request, including a previous alleged abduction attempt by Mark. Like he tried to take the kids and not bring them back after his time was up. Or, it's like he's pushing it every time. Amy even wrote a letter to the courts expressing her concerns by saying, "I don't want to wait until something traumatizing happens to the children in order to prove to the court that I should have taken away visitation rights earlier. I have removed them from potentially dangerous situations in order to avoid serious conflict." So she's like, I'm trying to let you guys know something bad is going to happen, and I don't want to wait until something bad happens for you guys to say, "Oh yeah, sorry, you were right." Nobody wants to hear that shit after the fact.
Yeah. And I don't get any. I just don't. Me hearing
this also is sexism. It's sexism,
right.
Fran.
And right, 100%.
They're like, "Oh, this hysterical woman." She keeps saying,
right. But I just don't get reading everything she's trying to do. I don't get that has hate for this man at all.
Yeah, it's just concern for the children.
It's all about the children.
See, but that's the thing. It's not about the court is not concerned about hate for the man. They are just like, I think they are exhausted at the notion that this woman is trying so hard to get the kids away. I think they just see it as legal tactics. They're not taking it serious. They're not taking it seriously. That's the
all
part.
Kinds of shit.
Why
not?
Yeah.
Again,
a reputable psychologist is saying he's not fit to do things.
Why not halt the whole thing and put him through in the mental hospital.
They did
tests.
They did, and he got out. So he knows
and more therapy.
He knows how to turn it on, turn it off, say the right thing.
That's a dangerous.
He's not. Yes, evil, not smart. Evil. I know how to say all the. Yeah, well, I did say some crazy stuff to Amy while we were going through a divorce, but sometimes I get angry, and you say dumb things you don't mean. Okay, well, what?
You can't see through that.
You're cleared. Well, not. I guess not, you're not a good psychologist. I guess
being a legit, well-educated psychologist.
Yeah,
Can't see through certain shit like that.
He goes to walk out.
Hey, this is what you do. This is what you do, right? This is your thing. You help people and try to
Aren't you the expert?
Break them down to build them back up, but you can't see that this dude is
playing you.
Guys.
Yeah, he's playing you.
Like,
yeah,
somebody's job should be up in the air after some shit like this. Some guy, there has to be some type of consequences and repercussions or something.
You all just thought this guy was perfect. You all were wrong.
Yeah, something happens and then it's like, well,
he seemed like a normal guy to me.
Through. Another one slipped through.
I didn't know he pulled the old Kaiser Soze on us.
And that's nah. There should be conversations had, and people need to go back to school, study or something.
Yeah.
Just like when we do talk about police, when they fuck up, go back through training again or something. When I got listen to this, I got caught driving without my license one time, and they said I had to go back to fucking driving school to take like a class.
Your job?
No, I mean like
you were in your car.
In my car. Of course, it was like you got to go back and do. Take a driver's ed class.
What?
For like 4 hours. Yeah. Before I had to get my license, before I got my license back or some crazy shit. I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
That's not even nowhere near the level of this.
You guys let a sociopath slip through the cracks? You should. Wow. Yeah, you gotta go back to psychological school. I guess they just call that college. I don't know why I called it that.
Psychological.
You just go to college and get a degree in psychology, like it's a trade school.
It should be.
You should have to put in those hours.
Doctors should go through that. You got to go to another school. Do 4 hours, do 4 years, and then you get
a degree, and you got to go to psychology school.
Right?
Maybe you do. I don't know. Look at us talking. Like
we bashing them.
You're a doctor, like right? I don't know. Look at how two idiots talk. So Amy's pleading for help. Circuit Judge Michael D. Mason denied Amy's emergency motion to end Mark's access to the children. Though he granted her request to modify his visitation schedule for the coming school year. So that does give him less visitation.
Sure.
Because
they don't sound like it.
She's the custodial parent, so she's taking him to school and stuff like that. So she's like, I'm not going to be doing a schedule during the school year. So probably just weekends he got. The visitation order stated that Mark was permitted to visit all 3 children Mondays and Wednesdays from 11:45 a.m. to 6:45 p.m., picking them up from their home and returning them there at the end of the visit. He was also allowed to see them every other Saturday from 12 p.m. to 8:30 p.m.
That's too long.
Yeah, those are big chunks of time.
Don't they do like supervised visits?
They do that, but he didn't get that. I think you have to be a pretty untrustworthy parent to get supervised visits from like the Department of Children's Services is like watching you and hang out with your kids is crazy.
I don't think that has anything to do with how. No, that's a budget thing. I guarantee.
Oh, you think so? It's like we don't have a budget to send somebody out.
Budget to send somebody out all the time.
That's overtime.
Yeah, he should have. This person should have. That should be a thing. That should be a job.
Yeah, you gotta come. You gotta come do this visit at this center.
Yeah.
You can hang. We got toys here and a playground and all this type of stuff. We'll watch it to you.
And it should be case by case.
Of course.
Like this, when it's like
the person's crazy and a narcissist, and delusions of grandeur and all this other shit they say he has. Yeah, for sure.
Supervised visits. 11:45 to 6 is all day.
That's all day.
It's all day.
Noon to 8:30 is like peak day.
Yeah.
Right. That's pretty much. I know a day is 24 hours, but like noon to 8:30, that's the day. Because, from like 8 to 10, you're getting up, waking up. 10 to 11, you're getting dressed to start the day. Yeah. 12 to 8:30, that's the day.
Yeah.
That's the meat of the day.
But imagine what the mom got to go through.
What do you mean?
As far as like
the time waiting?
Anxiety?
Oh, man. Yeah, of course. Just hoping he brings the kids back?
Man.
Terrible situation. Prayers to anybody in custody battles and stuff. I mean, this sounds stressful. And this not a normal situation. Even in a normal situation, I'm sure it's very stressful. Like the exchanges and all that shit is, sure, it's very tough. So in October, Judge Mason found Amy Castillo in contempt of court for violating the July 2nd visitation order and imposed a $2,500 fine, along with possibly a $500 fine for any future day when she denied the children's father visitation.
I don't care.
I'll take the hit.
All day.
Also, you're starting to see how the court is starting to see Amy as the villain. I think they're starting to see Mark as being persecuted. They're like, she's always bringing him back in here, and she won't leave him alone. Now she won't let him see the kids. So this also speaks to Mark's evilness, and this is a part of his plan to be like, I know, Your Honor, I'm really sorry to have us in here again. I know this guy. Like, I just know a guy like this that's like always is like, he's nice to everybody, so they don't know. So Amy seems crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're like, he's terrible when he says these awful things, but he's like, man, did you see the game last night, Judge? Man, it was a great game. Da-da-da-da. Like, yeah, Mark, this guy's great. He's very personable and all this shit. And so you seem crazy. So it's like, oh my God, she's back in here again to fucking take more time from him. And then he's over there like, I don't know, I'm cool just here. Like, she just, I was summoned. I'm here at a court. I don't know, whatever she wants to take. And then she looks like the bad guy. So in February 2008, Judge John W. DeBillius III, granted Amy a limited divorce, and Mark was ordered to pay monthly child support of about $1,200, and his request for alimony was denied. So he was like, I want her to pay me. They're like, no, you don't see the kids. You don't. She has full custody of the children.
You don't have a house.
Yeah, what is she paying towards? You basically live for free. You life hacked. You hacked life.
Yeah. That's a nice little chunk. Ooh. That's not even enough, really.
At all, 3 kids? On Saturday, March 29, 2008, Mark picked up his children, Anthony, who was 6 years old, Austin, who was 4 years old, and Athena, who was 2 years old, from their mother's home for his scheduled visitation. Amy Castillo called Montgomery County Police shortly after 8:30 p.m. when he failed to return his children at the scheduled time. On Sunday, March 30th, 2008, at 1 p.m., Mark Castillo called the front desk of the Marriott Hotel near Baltimore City Inner Harbor and stated that he killed his children. The front desk of the hotel. Wow. What are they supposed to even do with the phone call like that? What do you want us to do? That's insane. Officers went to room 1060 shortly afterward and found 3 children lying naked and dead.
This is where I stop.
Yeah,
you can go ahead though.
They found the 3 children lying naked and dead in the bed and the father on the other bed. So he had a twin bed, rented a hotel with 2 beds, and did this to his children. He's a very terrible, awful individual. He said that he had a good day with his kids on Saturday, taking them to the Maryland Science Center, which I've been to.
Yeah.
That's wow. That is a good day. You see nothing but kids having a great time at that place. And then he checked them into the hotel, which is like across the street. I know exactly what Marriott this is now. Yeah. He told police that he drowned the children one by one at the hotel bathtub around 6 p.m. on Saturday. He described how he held them under the water for 10 minutes each, using a stopwatch, and then laid the bodies on the bed. So he timed how long it takes for them to no longer fight, and then did it again. And then repeated with the next child.
Yeah, this is a sick person.
This is terrible. He stated that after drowning the kids, he stabbed himself in the neck several times with a steak knife, and took about 100 Motrin pain reliever pills in an attempt to commit suicide. He woke up 19 hours later and realized that his suicide attempt was a failure. He didn't.
That's that neck stab.
That was those are artificial stab wounds and a sympathy play.
That's bullshit. Because
taking Motrin to end your life, you're not really trying to end your life. I don't care how many Motrin you take. I mean, don't take a bunch of any pill, but you could go get some Vicodin or something. I'm not telling people how to do it, but I'm just saying Motrin is such you couldn't have thought that was going to get the job done. lightly stabbing yourself in the neck and then taking a bunch of like you did this so that when people come, they go, "Oh, he's crazy," or he feels bad about what he did because he tried to kill himself. But it's like, you didn't really though. He didn't really try to do that. It was all, again, not smart, evil.
Yeah.
Yo, when a jury sees that I tried to stab myself and took 100 Motrin, they'll let me plead insanity, or they'll feel sympathy for me. Like I'm crazy. Clearly, I'm having such a hard. I'm so distraught with this divorce. That's all. I don't even
think this dude is nuts.
Yes,
but I don't even think your body could allow you to do something like that.
Let me say it like this:
a stab wound,
he's not the kind of nuts. Because there are people.
He's crazy, but he's not that.
That's what I'm saying. He is a criminally liable crazy person. Like, he's crazy, but there's not a jury in the world or a judge in the world that would like evaluate him and then go, "You're not fit for trial." Like, you're fully fit for trial.
Yeah,
you're crazy, but you're crazy in like a weird, disturbing way where you'll do anything to get your way and manipulative. Yeah. But you're not a lunatic. Like the kind of, listen, we've all seen Pain Olympics. Have we not? Have we? Maybe? Yeah, no, I mean, yes, not. I mean, I have. Everybody on this podcast has seen Pain Olympics.
I have.
Somebody did that shit to themselves. Yes. So there's some crazy people out there in the world. He ain't one of them.
Though. To the neck.
Yeah, it's insane. With a steak knife. Like, you don't really mean this. Because I'll tell you one thing. There are knives that, like, if you're crazy enough to, like, take a steak knife and poke it at your neck, that's nuts. If you break a skin or whatever, there's knives out there that the same level of force you use with a steak knife to make a little scratch on your neck, it'll go right in your neck. Like, you can make a mistake and slice yourself real good.
Yeah.
With the little bit of force that you... Using a steak knife is guaranteeing that you're not going to do anything too seriously. Yeah, so he woke up 19 hours later and realized that the suicide attempt had failed. He told police that his motive was a recent divorce stemming from domestic issues with his wife. After being arrested, Mark told a fellow inmate that he wanted to cause anguish to his ex-wife when he killed their children, like he told her from the beginning. You know how fucking devastating it must be to be like, his whole plan.
I've told you guys.
His whole plan came to fruition. He told me this a year ago, that if he wanted to hurt me, he would do this, and he did it. And I got fined, and I told you guys, and he went to this, and I tried to take time away, and all this. And the thing that this whole thing started with, he did it. That's devastating. I can't imagine. It's like RSV season, and so, we didn't take Oliver anywhere. Mm-hmm. We're like, we don't want him to get sick. We don't want whatever. Yeah. Because if we knowingly go, it's RSV season, we're still going to take him to my family's house in a basement full of people. And if he gets RSV, we'll never be able to live that down. Because we were aware of it, and we still did it anyway. So I can't imagine, through no fault of her own, but this woman is going, I knew he was going to do this. Like, I knew he was going to do this, and I tried for years to prevent it. And then he did it. Yeah. He did exactly what I knew he was going to do. I can't imagine how that must feel. And that's just me comparing to, like, me knowing it's a flu season. If I was to put my son in a situation where I took him somewhere for my own selfish reasons, I wanted him to see his family, whatever, and then he does get sick, I know I caused that because I put him in a situation where I knew this could happen, and then it did happen.
Yeah.
That's a choice. A hypothetical choice I'm talking about, let alone some crazy person out in the world that you're trying to save your kids from, and then they succeed. That's crazy.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's different because you have control of that.
Exactly.
You were able to prevent that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to blame her anything. But yeah.
Right.
Yeah. She did everything she could do.
She only control what she can control. It's like, when you work on them, when it's 2 against 1, it's like, what else are you supposed to do? So on October 14th, 2009, Mark pled guilty to the killing of his 3 children. He was sentenced to 3 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole, and Baltimore Circuit Judge Wanda K. Hurd recommended that he be committed to the Patuxent Institution, which is a maximum security psychiatric facility. Amy Castillo is now a born-again Christian. She visited her ex-husband several times in a psychiatric facility to begin the process of forgiving him. God bless. I'm going to go ahead and not comment on that. I'm not going to comment on people's
religious beliefs, but man, that's a tall task. I'll leave it at that. Man, that's a tall task. She said she believes the family will be reunited after death. I hope she means the kids and her. She can't mean. I'm gonna refrain from I'm gonna move on. No, actually, that's interesting. Let's just a thought exercise. Okay, so let's say hypothetically you are able to forgive this person, right? Does that mean that if you do believe in some kind of afterlife, that you would want your kids to see this person again in the afterlife?
I mean, like when she says the family would be reunited, that means she's talking about her, the kids, and him.
That's my thought.
But it's okay to. I mean, like, no, I'm not.
I would never want you to see my kids again in any capacity.
Yeah.
This realm, the next realm. I don't ever want you.
How do you forgive somebody for doing something like this? Regardless of religion or what, I don't. I can only speak for so much about that. But like, how do you? You do this for yourself? I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like we've had this discussion before. Maybe not on the podcast. I don't know. We talked, but as far as like forgiveness is supposed to be for self. Like sometimes I can forgive you, and it's not about me trying to absolve you of anything or anything. Like I want to forgive you for me to get this weight off of myself. Now, because they're saying she's doing it for religious reasons. To me, when you do it for religious reasons, you're doing it for them. I'm forgiving you to make you feel better. And that's hard.
Yeah. Because in a way, it seems like you're justifying.
I understand why you say that, but I disagree. I don't even have a full reason, like an explanation as to why I disagree. I understand why you say that, but I don't think if you forgive them,
if it's not justifying, but it's like, it's
excusing.
I don't know, man. Yeah, it's
excusing.
Like you kind of go like it's
okay.
What you did was wrong, but I don't know if I should say I understand, or obviously she doesn't agree, but like, we can get past that. Like I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I worded that wrong. I don't know. But like
forgiveness is complicated. Forgiveness is complicated.
What does she mean? What does she mean
exactly.
by that though?
That's why it's question mark. That's why it's complicated. Because not only, like, what are you forgiving? Like,
because he won that battle. To me,
yeah, he got what he wanted. And if you are able to convince him that he's wrong in wanting that after the fact, I guess that's a victory that you can rest your hat on. But like, he's a narcissist and an insane person. I don't think you'll ever be able to and again, he was able to trick psychologists, so of course he'll tell you what you want to hear.
But what if this is like reverse psychology though? What if she like, I'm not giving him the satisfaction
of like, you broke me?
You broke me.
Ooh, then that's brave. I applaud that.
Then that's different.
That's
different. And I commend her.
That gave me goosebumps.
That's different.
So I'm gonna go in there with my head held high. I'm gonna smile in your face.
I'm not gonna give you what you wanted. You wanted me to be sat. Nah. Then that's different.
That's heavy.
Then that's different. Yeah.
Damn. Man. Well, hey, listen. Amy urged prosecutors to recommend that he serve his sentence at Patuxent in hopes that he could make something productive of his time in confinement. She recommended that he be at the maximum security psychiatric facility as opposed to the prison, which is what ended up happening. Mark is currently carrying out his sentence at the Western Correctional Institution. So he was moved. I don't know. I don't even know if that's psychiatric.
Patuxent is in Jessup.
Yes. Let's see.
I can look it up. This is in Cumberland.
It's in Cumberland, Maryland?
Western Correctional Institution is in Cumberland.
Is it a psychiatric facility or is it just regular prison?
It's all in the Maryland Department of Public Safety and Correction Service.
I'm sure they have a psych unit. He might be in a psych unit. I don't know. But yeah, that was the story of Mark and Amy Castillo and their 3 children. Anthony, Austin, and Athena. 2, 4, and 6. They really did it like that's like perfect. Like the succession of that is, it's like a perfect family. Except for him being a fucking insane person. Fucking absolutely tragic. Yeah, so rest in peace to those kids and prayers up to Amy Castillo. Absolutely tragic story, and I understand, friend. We'll try to refrain from doing stories like that. I hope that wasn't too triggering when it got to the once it got bad, it got bad. So I understand what you meant about your feelings towards that. It
had nothing to do with them. It had nothing to do. 3 innocent kids.
Yeah.
It wasn't even about them. It was about them, but in a way, it wasn't about them.
Yeah, they had had no control or say in the situation. It was out of their hands. It was about a dude
who was, crazy and also, possessive or whatever with the wife, and he was like, "I want to make a living hell for her." It's like, so that's the way you did. That's the way you do it.
Yeah, terrible. Before we get out of here, friend, have you any recommendations or anything of the sort?
I started watching. I saw that. What is it? Apple TV? Is it?
Yes.
Apple TV Plus.
Apple TV Plus. Yes.
I saw they got a promotion going on, and you recommended the show, but I haven't watched that yet.
Okay.
So I started watching this show called Bookie on Apple TV, and I'm on episode 3. I like it so far.
Is it?
I'm a gambler, so it's like it's kind of
in the gambling world.
Gambling world, yeah, it's and I like it.
Okay,
it's kind of random. Fucking who's in it? Who's the guy that plays? I thought that was him.
Oh, you're not good at this.
He's not popping up on the cast.
I bet you're wrong.
Who's the guy that played? Everybody Loves Raymond.
Ray Romano?
That wasn't him. That was the guy that. Who was that? The guy that? I know Sebastian is in it. The comedian.
Sebastian Maniscalco.
Yeah, and
why would you do that?
The guy in the beginning looked like Raymond. Ray, what is his name? Raymond Romano.
Ray Romano.
Yeah, it looked like him. Maybe that wasn't him.
Sebastian Maniscalco.
It wasn't him.
Okay,
but yeah, I'm watching. I like it so far. It's fun. It's a comedy. It's pretty funny. Yes,
if it's Sebastian Maniscalco.
Yeah.
Underrated. He makes a lot of money doing stand up.
Yeah, I know.
And he's not one of those like names. I mean, I know people. He's popular, but he's not Dave Chappelle, right. Chris Rock. Fucking Matt Rife or whatever. He's a touring comedian making that. He makes fucking bread.
Making that money.
Yeah, for sure. Couple of recommendations. I just found out about the Squid Games reality show.
What?
It's fun.
That's my shit.
It's you indulge?
Oh, I finished that one. I finished watching. It was like season 1. It's only like 2 seasons, right? 1 season.
Yeah, I think I started. I'm not sure what season I started. There was one like the guy's on there with his mom. So
yeah, because me and Steph watched it, and we thought Squid Games. We thought it was a new season of the show.
Then you were like, they're not really dying very realistically.
Yeah,
this looks shitty.
I don't know. We love the show, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So I started watching that. I also fully caught up on Abbott Elementary, but I have not watched the Always Sunny crossover.
It's out?
Yeah, it just came out just a couple days ago.
Shit.
But here's what I'll say, because I'm already seeing this, and this is a tough conversation. Abbott Elementary is a great show.
Right.
I haven't seen the Always Sunny crossover yet. I already feel like it was a mistake because
it's 2 different shows.
It's 2 different shows, and now I'm seeing people who love Abbott Elementary are like, so I went to go watch Always Sunny. This show is kind of offensive. And I don't want to see people have think pieces about a show that's been out for over a decade.
Yes.
And if you don't understand the comedy of Always, it's a satirical show.
Yes.
Like they're being offensive to make fun of offensive people.
Yeah.
These people go
also,
to gay
episodes
pride.
episodes were already pulled.
They already have gone through
this. You can't even see anymore.
They've gone through this. And now I get it's Philly and Quinta wanted to do something cool. And I'm sure it's funny. But apparently there's going to be an Abbott, which is already out. and then there's going to be an Always Sunny. Like Abbott's going to cross over into Always Sunny.
They come on a new season.
Yeah, there's going to be an Always, or I assume based on how Quinta Brunson was letting people know, like there's going to be an Always Sunny side of that.
Okay.
In the same world though, like the Abbott Elementary is going to step into their world.
Okay.
But I'm already seeing, because Abbott Elementary is a really wholesome show.
Yeah.
And Always Sunny is irreverent and risk taking and a brilliant show. But it is raw. It is a very like bold show, and it was bold. The show came out in like 2003, and it was bold in 2003. Yeah. Maybe not as bold. It wasn't as like.
What's the difference? It's aware. A different type of comedy, though.
It's different. It's a completely different type of comedy, and I'm seeing people who like. And not to say that Abbott Elementary is an easy comedy show. It's not. It's very well written and everything, but it's for everybody. It's inclusive.
Yes,
it's lighthearted.
Yes.
It's lighthearted. It's not because I think those are the worst. Any show that everybody likes, I'm like, this is not a good show. If the jokes are so easy that everybody likes the jokes, and it's terrible. Abbott Elementary has found a way to be like, it's not that, but it is kind of like everybody. Yeah. If you don't like Abbott Elementary, it's weird. Like this is like a great show. It's endearing. It's funny. It's got a lot of heart, and it's well written. Always Sunny in Philadelphia is an irreverent show. It is meant to like. It's thought-provoking, it's shocking, and all these things. And to see people who, they're like, who are these? Wait, what's this? I've always heard about this show, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Let me go watch an episode since they were on my favorite show. And you go in there and it's like, that's gay and this and homeless and you're trash man. Any episode.
I would love to know what episode. I don't know, but I want to know what episode what made them. Are they starting from like the beginning, or they got like?
I don't think. I think you could throw a dartboard if you are a person who loves Abbott Elementary, and Abbott Elementary is your style of like, oh, I love a good heartwarming whatever. You could throw a dart at the wall of episode titles of Always Sunny, and you're gonna put one on and be like, I wrote a letter to FX and I told them they should.
Not all of them. Not all of them. You get there. You get there's a couple where you can watch, like the radio show. When the radio contest, that wasn't that offensive.
I guess not that
There's
offensive.
A couple where it's you can go like, all right, it just may not be my taste as far as the comedy. But
here's the episode that if I was to say you could throw a dart and I would go, yeah, they should just think this is a great episode.
Yeah,
the episode where Charlie is trying to pass the health inspection. They shoot it all like in one take. He's going around. He's like, I gotta burn the trash. Then that makes the smoke detectors go off. And then by the end of the episode, he does all this shit for them to get the health inspection, and they don't give him any credit. They're like, oh, Charlie, you didn't even do anything. And the whole episode, he like painted Frank to make him look like in the wall. Then he was like, when I get down there, just say sorry, okay? He goes down and he's like, sorry. And everything just worked out beautiful. It was like a symphony.
Right.
That's an episode. It's like you objectively, you go, this is well shot. It's funny.
Right.
It's like, wacky and quirky. But every other episode, any episodes with the McPoyles,
like
any episode.
Lethal Weapon.
Yes.
Like, you can't.
And that's what I'm saying. People are, people are going to go right to the ones that are offensive.
Sure.
And then be like, oh my God, like I went from Abbott Elementary to this, cancel this show. Yeah. And I just am like, I'm starting to feel like they shouldn't have done it because I don't want people. It's the two different audiences, and if you,
I might just go watch that now since we off here because I want to see.
I'm gonna love it, but I don't like that there are people that are like never heard of Always Sunny, watched one episode after I saw them on Abbott. And I'm like, this show sucks. This shouldn't be on TV.
Where did you see this at? Where did you see this?
It's brewing on TikTok.
It's
brewing on TikTok. People are pulling clips of like, I guess this is why Quinta Brunson jokingly was on a late night show and was like, Always Sunny, different type of shows. I would say she was like, there's going to be an Always Sunny version of the Abbott Elementary episode, like a second part, kind of. Mm-hmm. She was hinting. I don't think she wanted to like blow up whatever their creative direction was. So she was like, there's going to be something else, but it's going to be on their side, like how they do comedy. And she was like, my audience, if you like Abbott Elementary, you probably just shouldn't watch it. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, you probably shouldn't. Because it's very different. And she was joking.
But she's being honest.
Right. And so there are people being like, I guess this is why Quinta told us not to watch Always Sunny. And it's like a clip from the Lethal Weapon episodes. And I'm not here to defend the Lethal Weapon episodes, but it's important to, here's what I'm going to do. And then we can move on because I have one more recommendation.
Okay.
Comedy requires context. And there are some people who go, blackface is never funny. And I'm not here to argue that. I'm a black man. I'm not here to argue blackface. But the idea that a group of white people go, we want to remake this movie star, and and who's going to be this character and that character, and there are people in the group going, well, we're going to have to rewrite it a little bit because nobody can be Danny Glover, and then one of those people goes, no, I am going to be Danny Glover, and it's going to be great, and they go, they even address it like, well, that's blackface, and you can't really do that, and then they do it, and then they address how it's like, this didn't really come out great. That's the comedy of it,
bro.
Like,
the first
it's not like it was tone deaf. Like sometimes some people do blackface and they're like, I just thought it was funny. The funny is you're not supposed to, like, that's where the funny is in it.
Yeah.
That matters.
The first episode of Always Sunny, a black dude walks in the bar and it was like, they thought they were getting robbed. That's how the show, that's the first episode.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's
what
I'm saying. And so,
no, man, we don't want no problems. He's like, what?
It's a bar. He came in there to get a drink. I don't know. If comedy's subjective, bro, I don't know. I don't want to be the
That's true.
That's fucking hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Like, when done right, you gotta just That's what context. I can say a whole bunch of episodes of Always Sunny that, like, if I go and then they started smoking crack, you go, what? Why is that funny? Because you just got to see it to get why it's funny. If I just tell you what happened, it sounds crazy. Every episode's like that.
Yeah.
Dennis, he manipulates girls into sleeping with him. What?
Yeah.
That's sexual assault. Like, no, that's the joke, is like, everybody's scared of him. I don't know how to explain. It's a hard show to explain to people. You just got to watch it, and either you like it or you don't. But if you don't like it, you just can not watch it. Let's not do a hate train. And just don't watch it. Just change the channel.
People but now you're going out of your way.
Yeah, we don't got to get the pitchforks out and fire, and we don't got to do all of that. So, but love Abbott Elementary. This wasn't. I'm not trying to shit on Abbott Elementary.
I need to go watch that now. I need to go.
Last recommendation. My girl and I just started. Reasonable. Was it Reasonable Doubt? Apple. It's also on Apple TV Plus. It's Jake Gyllenhaal. We watched the first 2 episodes. Is that the name of it? Reasonable Suspicion? Presumed Innocent. It's called Presumed Innocent. It's on Apple TV Plus. It came out like in the summer of 2024. First 2 episodes so far, really, really good true crime show. Really, 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 really good. Presumed Innocent. 2 episodes in, it's a fantastic show. And then on some more silly cartoony shit, I watched the Creature Commandos on HBO Max. It's the DC show. Really good. I enjoy that as well. It's a fun it's graphic, but it's fun. So those are my recommendations. A lot of fun stuff. Anything that just is able to take your mind off of the craziness and the wild state of the world right now. Again, prayers to anybody in California. It's a hard thing to see. If there's any links that we can share or any ways that we can help, we would love to receive those from people. Let us know any ways that we can shine a light on some organizations doing good out there. Also, a real funny thing before we get out of here, Elon Musk, your boy, Elon Musk, he got caught. He's a really sad man. He got caught account sharing in an online video game. So basically, he's playing this online game to, and clouded. Like, people are like, oh my God, yeah, Elon Musk is just like us. He's a gamer, and he's so good at the game.
Yeah.
Like, he has a character that you can't have unless you do all this. You have to play the game for thousands of hours.
Yeah.
And a bunch of people watched his stream because he was playing the game, and they were like, he doesn't know how to play the game.
Because he posted how high rank he was.
Yes.
I've seen this. Yeah.
Yeah. And people watched it, and they were like, people who know the game, they're like, in order to have this character, you have to have mastered this game with so many hours, and he doesn't know how to do something. Like, if I was to compare it, it would be like, if it was 2K, that's a game we know. It's like, he doesn't know how to put the sliders up on the game. It's like, you're saying you're one of the best ranked players in this game, and you don't know how to do something as simple as, like, you learning at like a cursory level of knowing how to play the game.
Yeah.
You don't know how to do that. And so a bunch of experts watched him play the game, and they were like, he skipped past this. He didn't use this. He doesn't know how to do this. He would have done, like, you just would have done these things. This would be second breath. If this is your character that you are, you would just not even be thinking. These would be things that's like it's like breathing while you play the game.
Yeah. He doesn't have that much time to play the game.
He doesn't. So it's sad that he's like, why are you living? He's bragging, and then but he didn't earn it, and that's money can't buy cool, and cool is subjective. The cool is relative. Whatever circles you run in, you want to have money, you want to be respected in the gamer community, but you aren't good at games. So you think you can buy your way into it, and then people that really are like, oh no, I really do this shit, are like, yo, you're lame. Like you don't really live this life. The same shit happened. Just what else did he get caught doing? Something else. The dude is a lame. Is the point? And anybody like you money can't make you cool. And
that's true.
And that causes people to crash out. Yeah. Mark Zuckerberg's walking around. He's got a perm. He's wearing fuckboy shirts and gold chains.
Yeah.
And he looks crazy. And he's still like. And so when the president came, I'm like, bro, why you dressed like fuckboy island, but you're still Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah,
you're still a dweeb. You can put on 2 chains. Exactly. You can put on 2 chains and get a perm.
Hair out. Yeah.
He's still like. Yeah. And so when I had the idea for Facebook, you're an Android.
You're still lame. You just have money now.
Yeah.
Hey man, look, Elon Musk, man, you're a lame ass dude. But proposition, I won't call you a lame if you send me a Cybertruck. If you send me a Cybertruck, you are no longer a lame to me. You are no longer a lame to me, my guy.
Let's wait on that. Let's hold our breath and see if the billionaire relinquishes even a droplet of his wealth that he hoards.
You can't send me one cyber. What is that going to do to your pockets? Nothing.
Not a thing.
Send me one.
Before we get out of here, we did make a proposal about us going on a Horde tag along. Have gotten no prospects yet.
Oh shit! I thought you. But
it's early in the year. I'm putting it out there again. Hey, that is something that we are interested in doing. If you're listening to this, again, we are not offering work, labor, anything like that. We're not going to do anything. I can promise you that we'll come with our own gloves and our own suits. Yep. And at any point, if we want to leave, we will just leave. I might come in the bubble.
You might see me in the bubble.
You might come full on bubble boy.
Well, full on bubble boy. Yeah.
Yes. But we are just offering, not even offering. We're asking for a tag along, because offering a tag along is crazy. We're offering to do nothing, but just watch you do your job.
Yeah.
And film it.
In a way.
Yeah. We're offering to just really just be in the way and be like, ew, can you wait? Hold on. Can I look at that real quick? Poke it with a stick.
Is that a cat?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, is that a cat carcass? Ew. Yeah, a lot of that. So if you're down with that, hit us up, affirmativemurder@gmail.com. We'd love to.
Somebody got to come through.
Come on, man. It's January. We got a lot of year left.
A lot of year. Oh, I don't know.
Well, I mean, things could. Yes, things could change in a way that doesn't have anything to do with time. There could just be some things that happen where it's like going on a hoarding adventure is not really a priority right now. It's like nuclear fallout. Yeah, man. So 2025, man. The horizon's bright. America's looking to expand. Greenland, Canada, Panama. We're coming for it all, baby. The empire's growing. We love it. We're coming to spread democracy across the world, whether you like it or not.
That's the problem. We don't need to be out here being like, we are America and we need to like flex. We don't. Why do we? Then other people look at us like, see what? This is why we hate them now.
Yeah,
we don't need that. We don't need that target on our back.
Yeah, the empirical force of America coming to just take over land.
Just take over. They think they can just do whatever. Well, we'll show them. So like, we don't need. I don't want
that kind of animosity in the world, especially if we're going to over across the pond.
Yeah.
You think I want to get hit with a fucking What do they eat over there?
Don't.
Biscuit. What are they? A biscuit and tea? I don't want to get. Don't you know?
Is that what we're gonna have when we're over there? Or
I don't know. Whatever they eat over there in fucking lollipop land. I'm American. Look, that's how we talk. Mad American. Well, whatever they eat, them and their colorful money. But no, yeah. Listen. Last thing I'll say. Also, my last recommendation: the Bad Bunny album.
Man, it's been nonstop in this house. No, I mean he put his foot in that.
Man, I'm not even. There's not a drop of Puerto Rican blood in me, to my knowledge. And Viva la Puerto Rico, man. Like I'm like, man, this is a spiritual revelation, bro. That man loves his country. Yeah, and he put it in that album in a way that's beautiful. It's a cultural, but also it's turned. The dude, he just can't miss. I love Bad Bunny,
Genius.
but this album is just crazy. The one
when you're able to make an album for older generations and new generations,
yeah,
that can enjoy it. That's when you really know you've done something.
Yeah. Bro, he's got the song De Bitera Más Fotos, the one De Bitera Más Fotos, Patos, Sos, Paritos. People taking pictures with the abuelitas and them making them food and stuff, and they passed away. I'm like, oh my God, I'm crying, bro. Like, this shit is mad emotional. That's like, to be able to do that, to make a song that touches people like that, that's a talent. And you to do it and it's of your culture and your sound, it's a masterpiece, bro. I see a lot of Grammys in the future for that album.
It's crazy. The first time I seen this dude, he was in a celebrity basketball game. I was like, his name is
Bad Bunny?
And he has a bunny hat on. I was like, who is this fucking lame ass guy, man?
Never see this guy again. 5 years later. He's the biggest thing on the planet. He's the biggest thing on the planet. Like, Bad Bunny. Is that bunny ears?
His name is what?
His first and last celebrity basketball game.
Lame ass. Fucking
they put the camera in his face. Yo, I love Puerto Rico. I love basketball. You're like, man, this guy doesn't even speak English. Yeah, he'll be gone in 6 months. He's the biggest thing on the earth. He's
the mega star.
He's the biggest thing on earth and didn't compromise anything. Doesn't want to do interviews in English. He only loves Puerto Rico still. He does what he wants to do. He didn't change at all at any point. He's the same dude. He does what he wants. I have such a respect for Bad Bunny, bro. But yeah, that is hilarious. See him in the basketball game. It's like, give more camera time to Bobby J. Thompson from the little black kid that's in all the Paul Rudd movies.
Yeah.
Give him the ball. I don't care about this bad rabbit man. And now he's the biggest artist in the history of music.
Yeah.
Insane. All while repping Puerto Rico to the fullest. Another territory that was conquered by America and then shown no love and it's completely just gentrified and a bunch of terrible things.
You want toilet paper? Wasn't that Trump? Trump did that.
Yeah, after Hurricane.
Wow. And he's backing up.
Shooting jumpers. Man. January 20th. Listen, man, this has been another episode of Affirmative Murder, the equal opportunity true crime comedy podcast. I've been Alvin Williams, joined as always by my partner in true crime, Francel Evans, and we'll see you guys next week.
Deuces.